When it really clicked that it was bad was when they wheeled her out. A lot more paramedics were going in.
Now to our other top story. A deadly crime spree that spanned 2 cities and included a bank robbery, 4 stabbings, and 2 stolen cars. 2 women were stabbed inside a local bank in Beaverton, one of them killed. Just hours ago, police identified the man they say is responsible for all of this.
Tonight, we're getting our first look at the suspect who is now in jail. 20-year-old Salvador Martinez Romero is facing charges of murder, attempted murder, and 2 counts of robbery. Fox 12's Audrey Wheel is live in Beaverton, where all of this started at the Wells Fargo and Murray Hill Marketplace. Audrey?
Yeah, well, this call initially came in as a robbery at the Wells Fargo here just before 11. And when officers got here, they quickly realized that 2 people had been stabbed at the bank here and that another person had been stabbed outside of the Planet Fitness, which is right over here next to it. But things didn't end here. Now investigators and witnesses are trying to make sense of all of this. Wednesday morning, this shopping center turned into a horrific crime scene. Officers responded to a bank robbery that quickly became much more.
When they wheeled somebody that looked like they had like a stab wound to her neck, she was really bandaged and there was a lot of blood.
Beaverton police tell us 2 women were stabbed at Wells Fargo. One died and the other is in critical condition. Just 2 minutes after that initial call and right nearby, officers got another call at the Planet Fitness that a man had been stabbed in the parking lot and the same suspect stole his car.
This was a horrific crime and our hearts go out to those victims and their families.
From here, police say the suspect, identified as 20-year-old Salvador Martinez Romero, drove to Tigard. There, police say he stabbed another woman and stole her car. And at some point during all of this,
he reaches over the window, grabs the lock, and then he opens the door.
Taylor, who was doing some work in the area at the time, says Martinez Romero got into his truck and asked for a ride to the highway. With some quick thinking, Taylor pulled into the Chevron station instead. That's his red truck spotted by Air 12.
Started to get a little bit agitated, a little bit nervous. That's when I knew something was up, and he pulled his hand up and it was bloody. And then I was like, okay, so I should probably get out of the truck.
Taylor got out and so did the suspect.
Right after I found out all of what he had done, I was a little nervous after that.
An employee at the Chevron says the suspect walked right by her and dropped money, but picked up something else.
He grabbed my cigarette and he turned around and looked right at me and just kept going.
And in less than an hour from when that first call came in, police found and arrested Martinez Romero in a neighborhood nearby.
I saw him on the ground, like the police arrested him while he was on the ground.
I'm glad that he's caught and like all of that is hopefully over, but it's really hard to think about everyone who was affected, and my heart goes out to them.
And tonight the bank is offering its condolences. They say that the woman who died was one of their customers. And as for those 2 victims whose cars were stolen, police do expect them to be okay. Police are not releasing any of the victims' names right now. Of course, this is all still under investigation. Live in Beaverton, Audrey Wheel, Fox 12 Oregon.